नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर, श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Rejuvenating text 14, text 15 and text 16 of chapter 3, Rishabh Dev's appearance of 5th canto, the creative impetus of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 14. को वा इह ते अपराजितो अपराजितया मायया नव सितपद व्यानावृत मतिरविषय विषरयानावृत प्रकृतिरनुपासित महच चरणः. Dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees, one will be conquered by the illusory energy and his intelligence will be bewildered. Indeed, who has not been carried away by the waves of material enjoyment which are like poison? Your illusory energy is unconquerable. No one can see the path of this material energy or tell how it is working. Maharaj Nabhi was inclined to performing great sacrifices for begetting a son. The son might be as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but such a material desire, be it great or insignificant, is brought about by the influence of Maya. A devotee does not at all desire anything for sense gratification. Devotion is therefore explained as devoid of material desires, anya bhilasita shunya. Everyone is subjected to the influence of Maya and entangled in all kinds of material desire, and Maharaj Nabhi was no exception. Freedom from Maya's influence is possible when one engages in the service of the great devotees, Mahacha Charana Seva. Without worshipping the lotus feet of a great devotee, one cannot be freed from Maya's influence. Srila Narottam Das Thakur therefore says, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paeche Keba. Who has been freed from Maya's clutches without serving the lotus feet of a Vaishnava? Maya is aparajita and her influence is also aparajita. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.14, Daivi hi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. Only a devotee can surpass Maya's great influence. It was no fault on Maharaj Nabhi's part that he wanted a son. He wanted a son like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the best of all sons. By the association of the Lord's devotee, one no longer desires material opulence. This is confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.54. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastre Kaya Lava Matra Sadhu Sange Sarva Siddhi Haya. And Madhya 22.51. Mahat Kripa Vina Kona Karme Bhakti Naya Krishna Bhakti Dure Rahu Sansara Nahe Kshaya. If one is serious about escaping Maya's influence and returning home back to Godhead, one must associate with a sadhu devotee. That is the verdict of all scriptures. By the slight association of a devotee, one can be freed from the clutches of Maya. Without the mercy of the pure devotee, one cannot get freedom by any means. Certainly, a pure devotee's association is necessary in order to obtain the loving service of the Lord. One cannot be freed from Maya's influence without sadhu sangha, the benediction of a great devotee. In Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.32, Prahlad Maharaj says, Naisham matis tavada urukraman grima sprushti anarthapagamo yada arthaha mahiyasam padarajo abhisekamo nishkinchananam na vrunita yavata. One cannot become the Lord's pure devotee without taking the dust of the lotus feet of the great devotee on his head, Padarajo Abhisekama. A pure devotee is Nishkinchana. He has no material desire to enjoy the material world. One has to take shelter of such a pure devotee in order to obtain his qualities. The pure devotee is always free from the clutches of Maya and her influence. Text 15. Yaduha Vavatava Punaradabhra Kartariha Samahutasta Trarthadhiyam Mandanam Nastadya Deva Helanam Devadevarhasi Sammen Sarvan Prati Vodhuma Vidusham. O Lord, you perform many wonderful activities. Our only aim was to acquire a son by performing this great sacrifice. Therefore, our intelligence is not very sharp. We are not experienced in ascertaining life's goals. By inviting you to this negligible sacrifice for some material motive, we have certainly committed a great offense at your lotus feet. Therefore, O Lord of Lords, please excuse our offense because of your causeless mercy and equal mind. The priests were certainly unhappy to have called the Supreme Lord from Vaikuntha for such an insignificant reason. A pure devotee never wants to see the Lord unnecessarily. The Lord is engaged in various activities and the pure devotee does not want to see him whimsically for his own sense gratification. The pure devotee simply depends on the Lord's mercy, and when the Lord is pleased, he can see him face to face. The Lord is unseen even by demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiv. By calling on the Supreme Lord, the priests of Nabhi Maharaj proved themselves unintelligent. Nonetheless, the Lord came out of his causeless mercy. All of them, therefore, wanted to be excused by the Lord. Worship of the Supreme Lord for material gain is not approved by authorities. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.16, Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjunaha arto jidnyasura artha arthi jnani cha bharatara shabha. O best among the Bharatas, Arjun, 4 kinds of pious men render devotional service unto me, the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. Initiation into bhakti begins when one is in a distressed condition or in want of money, or when one is inquisitive to understand the absolute truth. Nonetheless, people who approach the Supreme Lord in this way are not actually devotees. They are accepted as pious Sukritinaha due to their inquiring about the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not knowing the various activities and engagements of the Lord, such people unnecessarily disturb the Lord for material gain. However, the Lord is so kind that even though disturbed, he fulfills the desires of such beggars. A pure devotee is Anyabhila Sita Shunya. He has no motive behind his worship. He is not conducted by the influence of Maya in the form of karma or jnana. The pure devotee is always prepared to execute the order of the Lord without personal consideration. The Rutvija, the priests at the sacrifice, knew very well the distinction between karma and bhakti, and because they considered themselves under the influence of karma fruitive activity, they begged the Lord's pardon. They knew that the Lord had been invited to come for some paltry reason. Text 16. Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Nigadena Vishtu Yamano Bhagwan Nimishara Shabho Varshadhara Bhivadita Bhivandita Charanah Sadaya Midamaha. Shri Shukdev Goswami said the priests who were even worshipped by King Nabhi, the emperor of Bharatvarsha, offered prayers in prose. Generally, they were in poetry and bow down at the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord of Lords, the ruler of the demigods, was very pleased with them and he began to speak as follows. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.